republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, Dolly, roll call, please.
Degner.
Here.
Kramer. Here. Martin. Here. Stevens.
Here.
And Wender.
Present.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. A motion be in order to accept the agenda with one addition regarding the 2017 budget calendar. What's your pleasure, Board?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve of the addition of the Finance Committee amending the 2017 budget calendar edition.
Okay, moved by Barb.
Support.
Or Joe. All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carried. Now we got the meeting minutes up. Committee of the whole, October 12th. Committee of the whole, October 20th. Finance, October 20th. Regular board meeting, October 24th. What's your pleasure?
I would move, Mr. Chairman, except I have a correction on 24th.
Okay, moved by Joe. Support?
Support, I'm sorry.
Support Barb. Comment?
October 24th, it's not pages are marked, but it's on R1, the second page, except for the hospital. Top line, many questions have been answered. It should have said many questions have to be answered. That's what I stated, have to be answered instead of have to be answered. So I'd like to have that change, please.
Where is that?
Right here.
Oh, okay.
Okay, any further comments?
I'll abstain from voting on the committee of the whole, the finance committee October 20th and the committee of the whole October 20th, since I was out of town.
Okay, we got that for the record. All those in
Finance and
favor,
the
signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carried. We are now down to citizen time. Any citizen want to address the board, please come forward, state your name, where you live, limit your comments, 5 minutes.
Gerald McColl, Channing, Michigan. This is dated November 14th, 2016. It's gone out to just about everybody that I got the email for, but it's addressed to Jonathan Mead, Chief Executive Director, UP Area Agency on Aging, UpCap Services Incorporated in Escanaba. To Joe Stevens, Dickinson County Commissioner, that was the Dickinson County Board appointee to the UpCap Board. And to Tim Aho, Iron County Commissioner, Iron County Board appointee to the UpCap Board. This is regards UpCap, the Community Services Block Grant, DICSA, and the senior millages. Now, on February 13, 2000, DICSA Governing Board co-chairpersons Frank Smith and Fred Sy did amend the DICSA Governing Board bylaws and rules. They did so in compliance with the interlocal agreement between the Dickinson County Board of Commissioners and the Iron County Board of Commissioners. On February 12, 2000, Dolly L. Cook, Chairperson, Dickinson Iron Community Service Agency Community Action Advisory Board, and on February 10, 2000, Frank Smith, Co-Chairperson, Dickinson Iron Community Services Agency Governing Board, by their signatures amend the Dickinson Iron Community Services Agency Community Action Advisory Board bylaws and procedures by the DICSA Advisory Board on December 29, 1999. Now, I'm alleging that since these dates and back to the dates the Dickinson County senior millages and the Iron County senior millages went into effect, the Dickinson Iron Community Services Agency, DICSA, executive directors and their staffs under the DICSA governing boards and under contract to Jonathan Mead and UpCap did fraudulently obtain funds from the county millages after receiving funds from the state of Michigan and federal agencies under the Community Services Block Grant, CSBG. Each year, DICSA requests dollars, usually about $175,000 for the programs, including home delivered meals and congregate meals for Dickinson and Iron County seniors. Each year, without fail, Jonathan Mead goes to the 15 commissioners in Lansing, along with other 15 AAAs, and requests this $175,000 along with millions of dollars for the other 13 counties in the Upper Peninsula. Jonathan Meade receives this money and up to this year has put out to the public what would be known as the Upper Peninsula Area Agency on Aging Formula Allocations Fiscal Year 2017, Congress Meals, Nutrition Services, and Home Delivered Meals, Nutrition Services, and other services. DISCA receives this money. Instead of being content in providing these services, they put this money aside and apply to the Dixon County Board of Commissioners for the same amount and more, which is double dipping for these same programs. The Dixon County Commissioners, without any hesitation, then take our hard-earned dollars to do with what they want. Now this has amounted to millions of dollars over the past years. Now this has now gotten personal for me, my family, relatives, friends, and enemies at all senior centers, and especially those that I've been personally involved with since about 2006. They would be the Segola Senior Center, the Crystal Falls Senior Center, the Alpha Senior Center, the Norway Senior Center, and the Dixon County Senior Center, which is now being operated under the disguise of the Crystal Lake Senior Center as a social club. Now, I'm alleging that all addressed have been stealing our senior millage dollars, where they already have been paid these dollars by the state and the federal governments. I would say that any attempt to use our tax dollars, senior millage as in the past, must be met with court action. This should be brought to the attention of the prosecuting attorney's office. It's time to start representing the people instead of the 5 commissioners. Gerald McCall, concerned citizen.
Thank you. Anyone else like to address the board? Please come forward. State your name, where you live, please.
Seth Anderson, from Los Angeles, by way of Iron Mountain. I'm here to just request to shoot at Lake Antoine for a film production that we've been producing here for about 3 years now, called Northbound. We've got a great community behind us. We've got volunteers working with us in the crew here, local talent, a lot of great actors. And we're shooting at the end of the month into early December. And we've got 2 dates there that I'd like to shoot at Lake Antoine. So we're insured, we've got some documentation I can provide, and just wanted to make sure the request was in here. You could see me.
Thank you.
Yep.
Anyone else like to address the board? Anyone else? Seeing none, we'll move forward. And do we have students here tonight?
Yes, we have a number of students from Iron Mountain High School. When I call your name, raise your hand so we can see who you are. Roman Knapp, Claire Cernak, Mary Hanson, Bill McCormick, Taylor Tallarico, Bethany Fair, Lily Van Loon, Caleb Plumley, Zach Axford, Tyler Fox, and lastly, Nick Haffercorn. Welcome to the meeting tonight.
Okay, thank you. And would you go on to, no, John, resolutions, legislation?
I move we approve resolution 2016-13, authorize Dixon County healthcare systems to incur debt.
Okay, moved by John, support by, any comments? Anybody from the hospital want to address this? Sure.
Hi, for those of you who don't know me, my name is Eileen Sparkana, and I'm the Chief Financial Officer at the Dickinson County Healthcare System. And the resolution that's before you is to approve borrowing of up to $1,350,000 to build an OBGYN clinic on our hospital campus, about 6,500 square feet. We sent out a request for proposals to the 6 local banks that are in the consortium that lent us money back in 2004 to put the MRI addition on the hospital. Range Bank, Benji is here to answer any questions, but Range Bank, we got the best deal from them. It's a 16-year tax-exempt borrowing at 2.63% fixed rate. The reason we're putting the OBGYN clinic up now, we're down to 2 OBGYN providers employed by the hospital. They currently practice across town over on Hemlock Street by Crystal Lake. And so it's very difficult for them to come over to deliver babies because, as you know, babies don't come on any particular schedule. And so they're often now having to cancel office visits to run over, and then they worry about, being stopped by a train. So we felt it was really important to get them back on campus. So that's the plan, to build the building directly behind our Family Birth Center so they can get over to OB in a matter of, seconds really. So that's what the proposal is for. Any questions?
Construction 2017, that's your plan?
It's already started. We're already digging into the ground to hope to get it enclosed so they can work inside over the winter. We're hoping to be in the building by next June.
Any comments from the board?
Well, I think we should let the audience know too that the county will have no, you can't come back to the county for payment. You have no skin in this game. All that goes over the hospital and the county. That's right. That's also.
That's correct.
Okay, any other comments? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Benji, for coming to. Okay, let's have roll call on that, please, Polly.
Dagner.
Yes.
Kramer.
Yes.
Martin.
Yes.
Stevens.
Yes.
And Wender.
Aye. Motion carried. Reports of standing committees, finance and
Number 1, I move we approve the monthly bills for October in the amount of $221,569.54.
okay, moved by Ann. Support Barb. Comment? Seeing none, roll call please.
Kramer.
Yes.
Martin.
Yes.
Stevens.
Yes.
Wender.
Aye.
Dagner.
Yes.
Motion's carried.
Number 2, I move we accept the trial balance and budget status report from the treasurer for period ending October 31, 2016.
Okay, moved by Ann. There's support.
Support.
Support Barb. Comments? All those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carried.
And the last item, I move we approve amending the 2017 budget calendar, canceling the committee of the whole meeting scheduled for November 15, 2016 at 4:00 p.m.
Okay, moved by Ann. Support Joe. All in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carried. A95, Barb.
Nothing tonight.
Crystal Lake, Y, Barb.
Nothing tonight.
6th County, Joe.
No report.
Planning and zoning, Barb.
Dickinson County Planning Commission meeting minutes of September 22nd with one change. I pointed out that our new controller was from Menominee, he's from Menominee. We work for Menominee County.
Okay, 7 DHHS and Dick's Park.
Department of Health and Human Services meeting minutes for September 26th in the packet.
DHL, Joe.
We have the meeting minutes of October 26th for the record.
Okay, how about North Point, Ann?
The North Point minutes of October 13 are in the packet.
Question to you, Ann.
Yes.
I'd like to explain a little bit about this $200,000 of performance payment for the two counties. How did that come about? Where did that money come from?
This was a payment recommended by North Care. This money was excess money, and they recommended that all of the CMHs in the Upper Peninsula provide employees with a performance bonus, a performance payment. And North Point got $200,000, and that amounted to approximately $1,000 per employee. It was excess money that would have been lost had it not been distributed. I think my thinking is along the lines of what I suspect you think, that if taxpayers are paying that amount of money and it's excess, we wonder why we pay so much.
Well, that did cross my mind. That's excess taxpayers' dollars, right?
Yes.
That's $200,000 that could have been used in any way other than performance enhancement. Could have been used for rainy day fund, could have been used for equipment. Am I wrong in that?
I don't know if you're really accurate, and I wish you would give me leave to go back to our CEO, Jen
I'm just
McCarthy,
curious.
and ask for some detail on this.
That's a lot of money, $2,000 for 2 counties.
I think we'd all like to get a $1,000 unexpected bonus, but it really, it's a lot of money, and that's just North Point,
Right.
so,
I would also like to know how much the whole repeal is.
okay. I will get those answers for you and get back at our next meeting.
Well, I read the same thing, and it seems to me North Point is pretty liberal with their pay increases when our county's 1%. And most people are around 1 or 1.5%. Here we're getting bonus, I think a year ago we had a thing. Bring that message back to.
And North Care is as well. North Care pays what they call the COLA adjustment of 3.5% to all employees. Yes, I will bring these messages back and
North Point, the Amana Pancras, John,
No report.
equalization,
No
John,
report.
about segregation.
Nothing tonight, Mr. Chairman.
Building supply, real estate, remodeling, John.
No report.
Public safety, my committee, no report. Parks, Joe.
Just one comment, Mr. Chairman. There's supposed to be an article in the paper about what's going on with Lake Anne. I haven't seen it yet. Just as I mentioned a few weeks ago, that it's positive. Things going on at Lake Antoine with revenue, and also Friends of Lake Antoine has really worked hard to spruce the place up. Was a comment somewhere along the lines in the campaign that we were going to close Lake Antoine. That's totally false. I'm not even thinking of that. We're thinking of making it better. A lot of us were kids. We went to Lake Antoine and remember what it was like. We want to bring it back to what it was like then. So, take some time, but it will happen, and we're excited about the future for Lake Antoine.
I talked to Chris at the Daily News, and he said it would be within the next week or two. I guess it's pending space available.
Okay, we'll move on. Airports, my committee. Motion be in order to approve or deny the request of Northwood Air Lifeline for renewal of their expired lanterns. Motion's in order.
I would move, Mr. Chairman.
To approve.
To approve, yes.
Is there support?
I'll support.
And I think it should be pointed out that they do these flights free of charge, and it's a valuable asset for our community. Okay, all those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carried. Fair Board, John.
No report.
Library and
No report.
Employee Relations, John.
No report.
How about Dixon County Hospital Committee, Joe?
We have one item tonight, Mr. Chairman. I move to approve the request from DCHS for a permanent distribution easement underground to Wisconsin Electric Power Company, doing business as We Energies, for underground utility facilities and equipment to transmit electric energy, signals, television, and telecommunication services.
Moved by Joe.
Support.
Support Barb. Comments?
I just talked to Brian today, I don't see any problem with it, neither did he, so I think it's probably a good thing for the future.
Okay, all those in favor signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carries. Okay, Roads Commission's my committee. We've got the meeting minutes of October 11th, construction code, John.
And no report.
Bay West, John.
No report.
We are back to citizen time. Any citizen want to address the board, please come forward.
Gerald McCall, Channing, Michigan, November 14th, 2016, and address this to all units of the Dickinson County government and all Dickinson County and Iron County media. This is in regard to what I have said about DICSA upcap, the CSBG, Dickinson County Senior Millage. Now, at the Dixon Finance Council meeting on Wednesday, November 9th, 2016, we found that Dixon had issued a check number 54773 to WIP FILLP on 10/14/2016 for $995 for WIP FLI membership renewal 10/1/16 to 9/30/17. WIP FLI is the Wisconsin accounting firm that has been auditing Dixa for many years. Upon questioning, it was found that Dixa Finance Director Bev Watke pays these dues each year to have a direct line to this firm to get guidance and advice for financial operation for Dixa. They then apparently perform their audits on their advice. The Dixa Governing Board approved this at their meeting on Thursday, November 10, 2016. And it should not be necessary for us to go to the Michigan State Police for this one. The prosecutor's office should jump on this now. Now, at the Dixa Governing Board meeting on Thursday, November 10th, 2016, the Dickinson County members Pete Schlitt and Larry Rush, and Iron County members Jim Brennan, Janet Hendrickson, Roger Zanon, George Brunswick, and Don Piastini did vote to approve the 27 Dixa UPCSI budget. They voted to use $263,985 of Dixon County senior millage to balance their budget. Now, the people of Dixon County cannot allow this. All citizens should get on their elected officials and stop them from stealing any more money from us. Cheryl Nicole, concerned citizen.
Thank you. Anyone else, please come forward. Anyone else? I'm gonna call one more time. Any other citizens? Seeing none, we're moving on. Unfinished old business, John.
We have none tonight.
Petitions, new business, John.
I move we approve the application for the Michigan Veteran Affairs Agency County Incentive Grant in the amount of $30,000 and authorize the chairman to sign the same.
Moved by John.
I'll support.
Support Joe. Comments?
I was just wondering on the designation, there, the original draft I saw, I think number 1 was checked, and then this one, it says hire new full-time accredited county veteran counselor. I guess it doesn't make any difference as long as the money comes in, but just was wondering about the designation.
Do you have any comments on that, Brian?
Mike had told me he designated full-time because he would like to see 2 part-time people in there to essentially have the office open all the time. He said he would do that, but he said he did.
I talked to Brian today on that also, and I seen full-time. How would they do full-time with that amount of bills? And he pointed out that's considered full-time with 2 part-time, right?
Office is open all the time.
Yeah. Okay, any other comments from the board? Roll call, please.
Kramer?
Yes.
Martin?
Yes.
Stevens?
Yes.
Wender?
Aye.
Segner?
Yes.
Motion carried.
10A2, I move we approve the request for the clerk to advertise for upcoming appointments to the library board, the Fumi Lake Commission, various solid waste planning committees, and any other committee vacancies.
Moved by John.
Support.
Support Barb. All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carried. A motion be in order to accept committee reports and correspondence and place on file.
So moved.
Move in. Vote Joe. All in favor, signify by aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion carried. Controller's report.
A couple things. Did contact Mark Fellow of Correction Center roof. We are next on the list. We should be starting a smaller roof within the next couple of weeks. If they can't complete the entire project, they will repair those portions that need to be repaired. That was included in the bill in their bid, so that there's no extra cost for that. Also working on a county incentive program with the state. That's for state revenue sharing. Big thing there is we have to put together a debt schedule, projected budget, our citizen guidelines, and our dashboard. Send all that in, and we'll get all of our revenue sharing. That's revenue sharing is up about $570,000. With this incentive, we're only guaranteed, $463,000 without, once we send everything in, we're guaranteed another $114,000, doing something like $578,000. So those are big things that we're working on. We also had our first department head meeting on Friday morning, just about everybody showed up. I thought it was very well. A lot of participation, a lot of good topics discussed. And we continue to have each month. And then the budget I should have completed for your review in the next few days.
Any questions for Brian? Very good, Brian, and I want to compliment you how fast and how thorough you got that budget to it. You come on October 3rd, here it is. We did November and we had for its final presentation for it. So on behalf of the board, I'd say thank you. Okay, any questions from the board for Brian? Seeing none, Commissioner Turtle,
I have nothing tonight.
Joe,
Of course,
couple things.
I might steal John's thunder, but he'll say something too about it. Congratulations on already on a great football season, and let's hope that Menominee and North Central, I'm not sure if anybody else in the UP can go on and win one for the UP. That was great when we went on state in any sport and kicked some troll butt down there. Millage for the vets. Whoever voted yes and those who didn't, I'm glad it went through. There was an article in the paper, Voice of the People, last week that I hit home to me 100%, and that was the gentleman basically said, you put on a uniform, you give the government a blank check to die for your country. And I think that just hit it right home. So, I think that is good.
You mentioned village. Brian, would you explain when they'll get that village?
Well, what will happen is just because of the way the funding is with the millage, everything will not start being collected until December of 2017. Everything will be reconciled until April of 2018. So in the meantime, we have the funding that we have as a grant. We put together a budget for this next year, a little less robust than what it would be for 2018.
Okay, thank you. Bart, what do you got?
I don't have anything tonight.
How about John?
I have a few things. Number one, I met with the senior committee from the advisory board of Norway Center, and they would like to have a meeting with the county board and the Dixon board with them at third place if possible.
John, you're saying the county board to meet with them?
County board and the Dixon advisory board together so that they can tell their side of the story at one time and everybody can hear it at the same time. Then there was a question today at the meeting, what happened to the 2016 millage services that were supposed to be provided through Norway, and nothing got provided since March of 2016. So if they're coming this year and they're projecting that there will be $23,000, there's a large sum of money that should be returned back to the Norway Center for their food services. Now, away from the senior center, I came in tonight to attend this meeting and I got my payroll sheet put in my file. I was appointed by this board to attend the Hamilton Lakes Authority Board. Our chairman crossed my name off of my pay for attending that meeting, which I attended. I think that's wrong. When I'm appointed by this board, I'm representing this board, then I'm going to be at that meeting, I should receive the pay. I'm not in for the pay because I don't get nothing for that, $25. I don't think that is a movement that is correct, and I feel that I should be compensated for the meetings that I attend. Next, I want to thank Joe for recognizing Norway. Norway had a great season. Last year they were 2-7. This year they went 7-2 and got to the playoffs. So they did a great job.
Good. Okay, John mentioned joint meeting. Is the board receptive to a joint meeting with the Norway.
Yes.
John, I think the board is receptive, and if you would carry that forward and check with Dick, so.
I'll get with the Norway Site Council and we'll set up a date and we'll give the dates, the possible dates to this ward and Dixon ward.
Okay,
Also, we're gonna invite Paul LaFave there, we're gonna invite Ed McBroom there.
okay.
They need to hear it also.
There'll be a day or evening.
Evening meeting, possibly 6 or 7 o'clock at night, some evening, we'll get the date scheduled.
I would like to comment that John has fought for those Norway people every meeting. Barb, what do you got?
Nothing.
Nothing. Well, I'd like to comment to John in regards to the payroll sheet. I checked them all, and Diana looked up the list of committees, and the Hamilton Lake Board wasn't on that list, John. And I noticed Barb's payroll this month had 5 meetings she attended for no pay, so I'm sorry if I offended you. And John, if the board wants that back on there, I'll accept it gladly, and I respect you for speaking up. I would do the same thing.
I'll say one more thing. I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna get the minutes when I was appointed to that board, and I was also appointed to the County Lake Board. And I attend those meetings, and when I put them in there, I've never had a problem with it before. I
Okay.
don't think it should be a problem at all.
Okay, well, very good, John. We'll get it squared away and everybody will be happy. Okay, with that, you got something?
No, I just think maybe we had discussions at the finance meeting someday.
That's fine. Okay, motion to adjourn. Move by
Support.
Ann. All in favor? Aye. Opposed, same time, sign.
Thank you all for coming.